What's up, guys? It's been a long time. Um, but here we are, kicking along. So I wanted to talk. We're coming into weird times in history with all this COVID stuff and all this, you know, control grab by governments around the world and all this stuff going on. And we're moving into more and more critical times and just more chaos and more. It's gonna come difficult times for everyone. I think more and more difficult times. So, what do we do? That's always the question. What do we do? What do we do in face of all of this? And inevitably, the answer is always the same. So we have the spirit world, and we have this world we live in, right? And they're always interacting. I mean, we're on the same plane, but they're always interacting. But we do live within the physical world, the physical realm, as spiritual beings, within a physical body as well. And the answer always goes back to remaining within the spirit of God, of unconditional love. That's always the ultimate answer of everything in life, every problem, every challenge, everything that we face in life can be resolved by that. And so I just want to give you this information so that when you're in trouble, when you're facing the fire, when things are not going well for you, our only responsibility in life is to remain within the Spirit of God. That is, everything else will sprout from that, will blossom from that, naturally, without force. And that is the joy of the gospel. That is the ultimate joy of the gospel. That is the promise of the good news of the gospel. And it's very simple intellectually, but in practice it's very hard because you have to surrender. It's the ultimate act of surrender. It's the ultimate act of will too, though. You see, that's the weird thing. Like, surrendering is the ultimate act of will in the end. So you're combining that. Then, like, surrender is kind of like giving your will. But in order to surrender, you have to have so much will to surrender. And you're not only combining the surrender, the humility part of it, but the faith aspect. You have to have faith in that. Because if you don't have complete faith, you're not going to believe in it, and you're not going to keep on doing it. And of course, the love aspect is the ultimate, is what you're trying to achieve in every moment in time. And you have to make a choice. The spiritual or the physical, the present or the future. And you have to go with spiritual, and you have to go with the present. The future is out of our hands. The physical is out of our hands. And the great promise is that when you do this, when you make that surrender, that ultimate act of will, of surrendering to the physical, to the future, and remain within the present and within the spirit of God, that of unconditional love towards all beings and all things in this physical realm. Not only some, there's no, everything's made of the same substance. Everything's comes from God. God's the source of everything around us. So once we make that choice to take that path, then it's like that. Then the physical, you have to give your life to gain your life. It's the greatest paradox ever, So that's what I leave with you today, is in that realization, your only responsibility in this world and in this life is to remain within the spirit of the Almighty God. And that's all. That spirit of unconditional love towards everything around you. And it's hard because people don't like that. When people get angry, they don't want to see you in that spirit. They want to see you angry as well. They want to see mirrored. They want to make you angry. But it's always a battle. It's always a battle. Are we going to remain? Are we going to be strong in our spirit so we can pull them into our spirit? Or are they going to be stronger and they're going to pull us into their spirit? It's always a battle. The ego's always going to pull you back into the anger, into the controlling, into all those aspects. It's always gonna drag you into the spirit of division as well, because you're gonna say, well, I'm not gonna hang out with those people who are always angry, who are always negative, who are always right. And but if we're truly immersed within the spirit, we're bringing them out into our spirit, right? And so if you're always trying to hang out with positive people or people who are in the spirit, or then you're still doing the same thing. You're trying to use the external to gain what's already inside of you. Everything you need is inside you. You don't need anything from the outside world. And so you're supposed to find that and give it and share it and bring people into that spirit. And so, yeah, make that choice. Just do that. Make that choice today. Screw everything, bro. Screw it all, bro. Everything you're worried about, everything you're anxious about, all the things you're trying to control out there, your relationships, your other people, your whatever's going on in your work, whatever's going on with your financial situation, whatever's going on with your family life, your kids, whatever's going on, whatever's bugging you, it's out there. It's all out there. It's trying to drag you. You got to go back within, block all that out, and remain in the spirit. And then face face all these things within that spirit, and everything will work out. And that's our challenge in this life. So much love to all you, and we'll see you soon on this journey. Take care, guys and girls.